Hello, my name is Michelle Parent, and today I'd like to make a short videos on the things we must claim about ourselves that are usually belief systems we've carried forever, and it's our gifts that were not very much accepted in one way or another when we were younger, and then we kind of shoved it on our shadow side. I have three main ones that I had to reclaim in the last year. And for me, and I hope maybe it's going to bring something forward for you. The first one was I was often called a know-it-all as a child. And not in a funny, playful kind of way. It was a lot of shame and judgment and criticism attached to me being a know-it-all. And I couldn't understand it as a child. Someone would say something, I'd get triggered, I just know things, and I'd often get really excited about what I had to say. Sometimes I didn't know why I was saying certain things, but it was bigger than me, and it was often referred in a very negative way, and I became not very trusting of those knowings. And so when I became more into my own self as an artist, as a coach, all these kind of things, I had a hard time to stand up as who I really was as a person. I felt like I needed to take a course, have a certificate of some sort to validate my knowings versus they just are. That's my gift. I just know. And it's okay to know. It's okay to be an intuitive. And when I start doing the branding and website and all that kind of stuff, I really had to not just know it, but claim it. I can't always explain where the knowledge comes from or why I'm designing something and something is just right, and like my solar plexus is vibrating, my heart just warms up and I get really excited, and sometimes I can just do one sample for a client and it's just perfect for them, and it comes from that. It's like your higher self just knows. So I would make jokes that I was the artist who would just pull shit out of my ass. But it's part of who I am, and I had to claim that. My second one was there's a negative attachment to being a jack of all trade. I remember growing up and everyone would say, oh, he's just a jack of all trade, he's not a master of anything, and that's just not good enough. It was just like there's some people who go to university, they do all this schooling, and they're really, really smart. And then there's just those people who do a bit of everything, and they're not masters of anything. And sometimes they don't have a degree at all. And in my family, it was not seen as something good. You were identified, and your worth was often attached to the amount of money you made, the titles you own, any certificate, degrees, or anything that was outside of you. So I've done a lot of things in my lifetime because I could never find a space to be fully fulfilled and content. And I know today that this was my schooling. Everything I've done up to now, which is about 15 years of it, has trained me to be the person I am. And even what I'm doing now, that my new shift of clarity just came up, it's still kind of training me to where I'm going. And the truth is, I can do about a bit of everything. And I love that. I love that I'm well-rounded, and I love that I can offer so much. And I had to just claim the fact that it's who I am. I am a natural emotional healer. I am an empath, and I am an intuitive, and I can connect so deeply to people and wanting to empower people and rise them up from the low vibration they're in. It's me. Do I want to be a full healer full time? No. I would lose part of myself. I'm also an artist. I've done art my whole life. I've worked in professional theater for nearly a decade. I can design costumes and build props and sew and paint, and I mean, I've put up shows, and I was a wig stylist and designer, and then I've had a photography studio. I was a glamour boudoir photographer, and then again, I'm a licensed hairstylist. I'm a certified makeup artist. I would do the hair, the makeup. I would stylize the whole outfit. Sometimes I'd sew the whole gowns and I'd photograph it. Like, it was a whole transformational journey. And as I come together with myself in my graphic art and using photography and imagery to like express ourselves visually, I've realized that it's being a master at one thing would prevent me to create the overall transformation that is true to me, to how I envision those grand idea, and I need to be able to touch a bit of everything to get there. Another aspect of me obviously is the coaching. I love supporting, empowering, just supporting you when you don't see your own light, and calling your crap when you're lying to yourself. It's all part of the fun. But I mean, like, it is who I am as a general thing. And if I want to create bigger transformation, I need to be able to access every part of someone and being there for them in whatever comes up and whatever feels right. So if I'm a jack of all trades, then it's a pretty fabulous life, and I like it that way. So my third one as a child, as a Leo child, is that I was bossy. And I've learned to not be assertive, to not speak up, to not speak my truth, to not claim my self-power, all those kind of things, because it was bad to be bossy. And I got to a place in my life where I was emotionally so lost that my natural leadership turned into control. I lost the ability to be a leader, and I became just micromanaging, controlling everything, because I was so out of alignment within myself. So at some point, through raising my own Leo daughter, who is a mini version of myself, I realized, because at age 3 and at age 4, kids are often seen as sassy and bossy and rude and all those kind of things, and you need to break that out of them. And through her, I saw so much of myself. And then suddenly, I tried to explain her that, please keep your assertiveness. Be a leader. Choose your words wisely, but don't ever lose that fire that's inside of you. You're a leader. You cannot change the world standing in your shadow, afraid of saying what you got to say. Though there is a way to say it. You can be a leader, you can be assertive and empowering. If it crushes someone, then it comes from your ego, and that's not where we're going with this. But claim your power and just light people up. I'm driven and I love to rise, but you bet your ass that I'll make sure you all rise with me. Like, I'm not going anywhere alone. There is no competition where I come from. Every time I see a post online about competition, it's kind of like when I walk somewhere and suddenly I smell someone's cigarette because no one in my surroundings smoke, and I forget that people smoke. And I forget that people compete with each other. In my world, it just doesn't exist. In my world, the more people we can empower, and mostly women, give women a voice, empower women, inspire women, allow them to stop apologizing for everything and stand the hell up. And I want to rise with everyone. So I had to claim every part of who I am in its truth, in its authenticity, in its just It's who I am, and by doing this, it allows me to give someone else permission to be who they are. That maybe your gift have been repackaged when you were a kid with negativity around it. Oh honey, just claim it. Like, just put that aside, be who you are, and be with it in your little fire inside. We need more of you out there. So just be it. Be yourself. Claim everything that is yours, that is your power, that is your strength, that is your magic. Just claim it. You deserve it, and we need you. Thank you.